Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the GameStar HEYPAL Paladins Summer 17 series. And we have a fantastic third round match coming up for you very shortly. The teams are in the server, so we're going to get it underway. I'll throw over to Kit Fox and Skimmy, and they'll take you through the teams and the map.
Thank you,
Kit Fox.
Hey, thank you very much, EJ. Yes, it is round 3 of the GameStar HEYPAL Paladins Summer 17. Summer 17. But I cannot wait for this match. Psionic versus Amigo 5. We just saw Abyss take down Empire Paladins, who, well, has to be said, did well. They took a round off Abyss, which no one has done tonight. And, only one team has ever managed to take a whole map off them, and that was Kings. So hopefully we'll get Kings on stream a little bit later on. But Skimmy, we're into round 3. Get excited.
Round number 3 now, Psionic versus Amigo 5 on Jaguar Falls this time around. And look, the draft's going to stay pretty much the same way it went before. Fernando instantly locked in there by Psionic. Response straight away once more, Makoa and Ruckus. Not much difference here. This is where all the influence really comes into the second wave rotation. Charlene once again. Are we going to see the Androxus? Well, we'll have to wait and see.
It seems to be the same 3 champions getting dived on, Skimmy. We've called it for 3 games in a row tonight now. It's been Fernando, Makoa, Ruckus. First 3 picks every single time, often followed up by Charlene. But here we go, the first sightings of the Bomb King tonight. That is Psionic on the left-hand side, Archimedes, Calder NZ, Lethal CS, Envied, and Zillos. And they, so far, are Fernando, Bomb King, and Charlene, Skimmy.
There you go, you caught it. You want to see some Bomb King action. We saw Drogo's take up the reins last time, his tank shredder, but this time the true tested king himself, the Bomb King at that, is going to be leading the charge and throwing down those Grumpy, Stinky, and whatever kind of different bombs he has up his sleeve to really try and mount an assault. But the response here was going to be locked in. It's Big Man Pip, followed by Barrack, the Ginger Man, the Wolf, looking to stick by his turret, and that's 3 tanks. Now, Kit Fox.
Triple tank setup here for Amigo 5, who came very close to Corvidae in the last round. It must be said, Corvidae winning that round 4-3. Very close game indeed. Pip and Barrack now. That is really interesting. First time we've seen the big Barrack man tonight, as well as the big Burger King, Bomb King, BK, call him whatever you will. And now Androxus, Maldumba being picked as the last 2 for Psionic. What will VP lock in? There it is. Grover seems to be the flavour.
Yeah,
shout out to Evan, hashtag fuck Arco. Love the stream, boys, keep it up.
I'm really liking this Maldumba pickup here, which is going to complement what Fernando can do. He can give him so much single target heals. He can also really actually sort of destroy this heavy melee comp coming out in terms of the free tanks we've got. The Gird is going to do work when it comes to that capture point in itself, but Pip's going to be filling that role of a more flank-orientated solo support, really. I mean, he's not going to be too focused on keeping people alive, more so on just trying to distract and do damage where he can.
No solid damage for Amigo 5. On paper, Skimmy, if you were looking at this and crunching the numbers right now, looking at these 2 teams, who would you back? I would have to say Psionic.
Yeah, I mean, if you look standard, it looks really attractive what Psionic are running here, but I mean, if you look on the flank side of that, Amigo 5 have a very interesting comp. Yes, it looks like they have a little bit less damage, but if it comes to pace where Pip is slowing members down, Ruckus, Makoa, Barrack, they can do a lot of work. They rely on uptime, they rely on people being nearby, and with Grover sitting nearby, providing tons of AoE healing, they have a beefy frontline to be able to try and chunk through.
Absolutely, Makoa, Ruckus, and Barrack, so many shields for the Amigo 5 lads. We are on Jaguar Falls. We're just going to load into the game now. We saw Androxus go massive, it must be said, but it was in the hands of Joel, one of the best players in the game at the moment. Do you expect to see some sort of similar play here from, who's that, Archimedes, who's got the raids?
Comes to initial point control, it's going to really go down in favor of Amigo 5. They have the ability just to all run onto the point and stick and hold. If they can retain and win the first battle, they will most likely just carry on that momentum and take out the first payload. But if they do lose it, I feel like they're going to have a bit of a hard time being able to actually retake.
Just having a look at the loadouts here for the 2 teams. I'm hovering over, who's that? That's McCullough at the moment, Tsunami. He's got himself 24% move speed, stacking 3 points in that. So he's going for a bit more of a mobile tank here on the big Turtle Man. So we'll see how that one plays out, as well as those hooks. They're just so good in the utilities. If you can hook basically any of the damages, Charlene or Bomb King, you're guaranteed to kill.
Well, I mean, let's not forget that a lot of these tanks actually do a fair bit of damage themselves, both Mako as well as Barrack. I mean, there have been plenty of times as Barrack would have gone to a point like this, popped your turrets, literally turtled it up, and well, you know, you find yourself leading that damage chart and thinking, well, I'm a tank, this should not be happening. But I say, if those guys are allowed to sit there and allowed to do what they do best, they're going to have a lot of fun, because they've got Pip here running this aggressive comp where he specs so heavily into Explosive Flask. It's off cooldown, he's got lifesteal, and it keeps everybody really in control.
4, 3, 2.
We'll see if Pip can get off a few of those evil mojos, a few good chicken bombs, and see if they can benefit his team. So good on the initiate as well as the defensive side, but here we go, the two teams rolling out. Psionic on blue, Amigo 5 on red. It looks as though they're going around the right-hand side there. Barrack, we can see already getting those turrets down now. Calder and then on the Bomb King, launches himself in, throws the grumpy bomb down on top of that point, see if he can pick up the kill. There it goes, gets one on the stun, will he be able to pick up the kill? Barrack shooting that shotgun, there it goes, DP gets the kill on Envy, built with the McCullough, takes down Zilos, grumpy bomb again being thrown out by Calder NZ. He's connecting here with his sticky bombs, it must be said, he's taken a lot of damage here, and over on the right hand side, he's all by his lonesome skin.
Yeah, I mean, you saw what I said there at the start in terms of actually the initial point control. They just have so much tanky potential just to stick there, turtle up, and just do damage. They don't have to really be too concerned about over-chasing as long as they stick as a squad on the point. One, they get the objective, but two, they have strength and numbers. They have the healing, the ability for two strong AoE healers to provide, and they've got the damage. And as you can see there, it just really allowed them to win that one. Fernando just dropped like a fly, but moving swiftly straight ahead. It looks to be that Bright is in a bit of a situation. He does end up being taken out there by Charlene. He picked up a bit more than he could chew. He actually straight away from complete what we said, so it's a bit of the caster curse there. Fernando responds now, taking out a tank of his own, takes out Ruckus, Bomb King, chucking at the sticky bombs wherever he can, looking to be a nuisance and looking to keep this cart well pushed back.
Oh, another big hook there, eaten by Archimedes, an online hero and co combined to take down Blue Team's Androxus. Amigo 5 do have the card here. Calder NZ doing work here on Bob King. Ultimate is available. Grumpy Bomb not picking up anybody that time, Skimmy, but look at that, this card has been locked down. Amigo 5 did get kick point, but I must say they are on the back foot here, and here we go. The Bomb King launches into the ultimate, but no, doesn't manage to pick up anybody with the stun. He's now well out of position here. Envy now on that front line. Flynn Monday taking a lot of damage, but the hook comes out and saves him. Flynn Monday finally going down. Calder NZ, the man dishing out the damage to drops as well. The ultimates are available, Skinny, should they decide to use these.
Yeah, I mean, Goonlord's going to pop his one extremely early on. They didn't really find too much success out of that one, but it's going to allow them to push a little bit further now. They were stuck in their own spawn point, but gradually making progress towards this. The cart has begun moving again. Grumpy Bomb does connect down, does actually connect onto 3 big members there. And the flank's actually coming from Androxus on behind. I don't know if they've actually spotted him. Ruckus did get a split second, a bit of a glimpse onto what was going on there, but now this payload is moving, and it is moving quick, fast approaching this gate as we get near the capture point itself.
Yeah, you caught it, Skimmy. As we have a look at the damage here, both Bomb King and Charlene, that's Leafus CS and Calder NZ doing work here on the damage champions. Now we can see Fernando right up the front there on the front line with that shield. Immortal is available should he decide to use it. Grumpy Bomb goes down, and then the ultimate has been popped up. Look at the kills coming up. Psionic getting in on the action, Xylos and Calder NZ, and Xylos again on Maldumba with that stun, just locking them down, and once again, the Amigo 5 lads so good in defense.
Yeah, I mean, Maldon was just having a field day there, just in that choke spot, contributing to 3 kills there. And like you mentioned, with the reload speed as well as the actual item itself, he's just having a great time chucking out the snakes. In the protection of a Fernando, he's got no real concern. And those tanks are taking a fair chunk of damage, having to be, you know, going over that gird. It's supporting Fernando, but it's really hampering them too.
He's just locking them down. We called it, Skimmy. I'm really liking what Calder NZ's doing as well. If we watch him roll out here nice and early, what he does is he knocks himself back here with the cluster bomb and then throws the grumpy bomb while he's in the air, gets that little bit more momentum. It lands in a very good position. It lands just on the enemy side of the point in a very good spot. Picks up maybe 2, maybe 3 if he's lucky, and that will allow his team to jump, capitalize, and pick up some early kills.
3, 2.
Now, if we do, go back to those damage boards like we mentioned, yeah, okay, it looks like the tanks do have a lot less damage output. The damage scoreboards are 3 members on the side of Blue Squad, but they're going to come in this time, and it's going to be a huge hard fight. This is what they need to break up that 5-man communion squad. Instantly, the Immortal comes out from Fernando, looking to try and keep everyone up, and it is going to be Calder starting things off, dismantling this heavy tank line. The Ginger Man himself drops, followed by a double kill. Tank Shredder himself looking at these tanks, and he takes out Ruckus. Archimedes gets onto the 3rd and final one, and this is the point control. Now it's going to be really interesting to see how Amigo 5 respond to this one.
Yeah, definitely the Psionic guys getting themselves in a really good position. You can see the backline Grover going down to Charlene there. Good work coming out here from both the damage. We've said it a lot tonight, and Zillos again. Archimedes getting around the back, taking down the Pip. And the Psionic lads need to get bodies on this point. They're pushing forward. They're not Abyss. They can't choke them in as well. They just really need to stack up. 20% to go.
Well, they've all come back onto the point now. The Never Step is coming across. It looks like Death from Above is being hesitated whether or not he wants to use it just yet. He's looking for some early damage, but there goes the hook coming in straight away. The reversal damaging, well, a fair chunk, but it's not going to be without his life being lost in the process. Flynn Monday picking up that one with a huge snipe to the head, and Pitt getting amongst it too to finish off the blow onto Fernando. So dangerously close, 99% there for Psionic. But right now, Amigo 5 at 90% and fastly approaching that capture number.
Yeah, Hexify is available should Ruckus decide to use it. That is Goonlord who's got the duties on that. We can see Calder NZ jumping in, taking a lot of damage and then getting absolutely shredded. But there we go, Amigo 5 with a cap of their own, and now it's their turn to push.
Their turn to push indeed, and it's once again a big cluster on this main point. Despite the point being gone and captured, they are still looking for a lot of pressure and attention. Barrett right now getting the attention on towards the Bomb King, saying you cannot stick me. If you want to try and kill me, I'll kill you before you can even kill me. Make that a tongue twister for yourself to think about. As the gird is dropped on the floor, they are mounting the assault in a familiar situation once again, getting past this gate, getting towards that bridge, and looking to try and secure themselves another round with this beefy front line.
Beefy is the word, and it's just working so well. They're getting themselves into position at the front lines is Fernando, but you've got 3 tanks on the other side. You've got Makoa, Ruckus, and Barrett. It's just so many shields to deal with. It's almost laughable. Now we can see who's that. Nether stepping up the top there. We can see the ults going in. Lots of damage being exchanged now. Finally, Lethal takes down King Monday. Immune is all over my screen. I'm watching Androxus. Bomb King does have ultimate available should we decide to use it. Once again, this cart has been locked down in the choke points.
Yeah, Fernando's fast approaching. He's got a mortal ready if he needs to, but Bomb King is living on borrowed time right now. He's trying to blast himself away. Doesn't actually get it completely. Does get it slightly skewed, but the Grumpy Bomb is placed in his retreat path as a insurance policy there, and he'd be quite happy with that one to get himself out of harm's way. Grumpy Bomb now goes into that choke point once again, down to 198, but he gets the final pickoff, and he does drop. 50 seconds now left on this push, and it does begin once more. Fernando looking for some team members in support here. He is looking very lonely. Archimedes is on the side, and he gets hooked in though, and the Koa says no, you cannot fulfill that role. Well, Fernando is extremely scared right now. He's going to have to force that Immortal Ultimate out of him. Not really wanting to go for that, but it's going to be enough for Bonky to jump into the fray there, Kitbox, and snag a few kills himself.
Yeah, Bullet is being godlike with the hooks at the moment, and Calder ends up getting himself into a great position there with King Bomb, and now throws Grumpy Bomb onto that cut. He's just carving them up here at the moment. He flew in from spawn, did Bomb King, and now he's gone and thrown himself off the edge.
I saw that, and I thought, well, that's one way to throw the game, but it's not going to matter right now because this Ruckus is relentless. He is pushing these buttons. He is doing as much damage as he can, but the sustain from the Gird, from the Moldambe, everybody stacked from that point. They are literally a jump away from this capture point, but it's just not enough right now. Bomb King doing as much as he can to blast this assault away. The Grumpy Bomb comes out, the Sticky Bombs come out. He is chucking damage left, right, and center, and Ruckus is being so patient here. The numbers are lined up. There goes the Hexagon. It's coming through. Triple kill comes across there as he finally gets taken out, but that is all of the Kitbox, and that is the round.
Well played there, Grover with a well-timed whirlwind at the end there, Simi, just trying to do what he could. But unfortunately, the Psionic guys are managing to hold firm.
Yeah, I mean it's a lineup that once they get going, if they don't have any members say picked away, they just stick firm. They stay strong. They've got the Pip AoE potion. They've got the Grove, as you mentioned. Not only Blossom, but Whirlwind to complement things too. And, you know, we saw the engagement start so well on the side of Psionic. They actually went for the Hexify straight off the bat and trying to break up that comp. And it seemed to work for them. But this time around, they used it very late on in that engagement. They're not going to have it to open up things. They had to be a little bit more creative this time to start things off.
I'm going to have to play catch-ups here a little bit, Skimmy. My guys have decided to go on the spot, and I'm still at 30 seconds countdown.
It takes the Kiwi to look after an Aussie, but that's how it's going to be in this game here. Grumpy Bomb starts things off once again on that middle point, and they're going to look for some carnage once more. It's 12% already in favour of those Amigo guys. They are looking to be Amigos here because they are banded as 5 brothers themselves. They are on that point. Goonball starts things off, but it's not without Xylus turning the fight on its head. 1-for-1 right now. Archimedes gets amongst and snipes out a kill, and it's going to be him looking for the double kill, taking out both the tank and a support at that. Indeed is going to join into the fight himself. Going to get topped up there by an Armbounder. And who knew Gooey Poison would be so good in both healing as well as damaging. Right now he's going to be a solo one, sticking on that point, doing what he can to make sure that this is not going to be a 3-1 clean sweep. He's got that good in a great position in that choke point. Eyes on the rest of his team. And he's chucking out snakes wherever he can. Look at that. That is one angry tank jumping onto the point, but it's not going to be enough. The point is now captured. And Kitbox, how are you looking?
I'm still a little bit far behind Skimmy, but I can see the percentage of the screen. You've got a long way to spectate mode. Looking like Amigo 5 are in front here on my screen.
Amigo 5, they are currently actually behind. It looks like they are going to get assaulted on quite heavily right now. It's going to be Mako who leads the charge, taking out the Bomb King himself. Archimedes has his boys back. He gets the return kill, he gets the trade, and they are pushing towards this gate. They are looking for it. This is a relentless assault right now from Maldumber himself. Got so much reload speed on that snake reload itself that he is just chucking out stunts, setting up Charlene for days. Now Hexify is ready if he needs to use it. They are approaching a great point forward. Bomb King rolling on in with style, does get a huge stun onto one key target, but that's not going to be without the chicken bomb exploding. It's a candy fair of chicken squawking all over the place. Barrett getting amongst it. He takes that one tank, and right now they are trying to do their best to hold it in this choke point. They do not want it to move. They are literally screaming Lord of the Rings memes and saying, "You will not pass." And that's what's going to happen here, is they're going to get broken apart. But it's not going to be about Makoa jumping in and taking out the Maldumber. He gets away somehow, someway, and the kill. And who knew slithering could be so strong? But he does get taken out in the end, they get boss.
I'm still advising me. I think you're going to have to slow this one all the way to the end, my friend.
I'd go and help you, but I joined the match late because I was adminning and I'm behind in the game.
You guys are hopeless. 40 seconds left on this one, guys. Let's look at this. The assault is still coming thick and fast. This payload is so dangerously close, and right now it seems to be that the Amigos are holding strong for the meantime. It's going to be Psionic regathering their troops. They have ultimates at the ready. It looks like Fernando just waiting to get the immortal charge. He's at 95%, slowly creeping on. This is going to be the final push coming on now. 20% on that one. He's going to drop as immortal comes up and is available. Big stuns come across and connect on towards the key target of Barrett. It's going to be drops to deny a lot of damage coming out there from the Ruckus. But it's not going to be enough right now, guys. 3 members from the side of Amigo 5 have dropped, make that 4 now. The push is coming through, and a solo Pep himself isn't really going to be able to find the numbers to save this one. That looks like GG for that. 3-all as we go into the final round of round number 3.
Now, I will say that whilst I might be 20 seconds behind, it is pretty impressive to see some of the stats that are coming through, though, Skimmy. Particularly the damage being dealt. Great work there by Lithatics.
Yeah, I mean, Charlene is just doing a number right now. 120k, really pulling ahead of the pack. And he's displaying the prowess and the proficiency on that hero in particular. Now, it's not too far behind when we see Androx leading at 87, but it's a familiar story, it's a familiar tale. Both of these, the top 3 have been led by these same characters for the remainder of this game. But now it's going to come down to the final push. Now, ultimates that we do have available is Immortal on the side of Fernando, who's desperately looking to try and use it there, but it wasn't available at the time. Bomb King only 3% away from his own one. And we're going to have to see if they can use this one to great effect. It's going to be a split for split as both teams go left and right when it goes into these tunnels. And they are looking for the carnage. They are looking for this engagement. The bomb, the chicken bomb at that, early on used to try and disrupt things out. It's going to be enough to get things started here because two members on the side of Psionic do actually get taken out now. Immortal has been popped. He's actually got nobody in support. He's going to use to little effect. He managed to pick up a kill before he did drop, but it's not going to be about two more members of his own side being cleared out and wiped. In terms of percentages, we're looking at 21% to 45 in favor of the Amigos, and they are banding together quite well right now. They are looking at that progress quite rapidly, pushing out a little bit. It might be a bit more they can show up because support to support. Dumbo actually takes out Pip there. 81%, fast approaching a 4-3 victory here. It's not going to be about Fernando jumping in for one final effort. He has jumped in, he is ready, he is looking for the brute man himself, trying to find the sequel for the next movie coming on out, and he's going to get him on the flank hand side there, burning the tree away. That has to be a counter to that hero. He is alive, he is red, he is autumn spring colors, and that's actually going to be a turnaround there. It's going to be 3 members picked up, a huge triple kill by Archimedes, and he is doing so much work there to try and turn this one around. It doesn't really matter though, because Makoa is swinging that hammer at a furious rate, trying to do as much as he can to wait for the rest of his team to catch on up, push them off this point, and successful it was. Hexaflight coming out, and a great one at that too, taking out 2 members. Archimedes once again finding himself a double kill. Calder and Zed getting amongst things as well. Suddenly we're in an overtime, 99% for Psionic, up against the 87%. Overtime is still clicking on, but no! It's going to be a victory, and Psionic bring it down to the wire.
To the boys from the Psionic. What a game, Skimmy. That's the first time I think we've seen a match go so close down to the wire. I mean, we saw the raw damage that was coming out from both the teams, Charlene and Androxus, as well as Calder and Zed on Bomb King. They were just doing work. I'm surprised Amigo 5 even got a sniff in with the sheer numbers that they were pumping out, but it was just that triple tank setup that kept them in the game.
Yeah, I mean, this is ridiculous. They have so much pressure to hold the points, but as it seems to sort of fall away, as soon as one crumbles, it's like a domino effect. The rest of them just gradually tend to fall. Archimedes has had an absolute brilliant performance to finish that final round off, and for me, he's the MVP.
Yeah, I got to agree with you there, Skimmy. Archimedes with the 32-6 for the match and a 14 streak. Clear MVP winner from round 3 action.
Well, I guess that's a no-brainer then. So well done, Archimedes. You got yourself an MVP vote. That will get you into the draw at the end of the season for a headset, thanks to Plantronics, the official headset sponsor of GameStar. We have had one other result come in for round 3 here of the HEYPAL series. Avant-Garde have recorded a 4-0 win over Empire Paladins, who are the only ones to take a round off Abyss so far, who are currently doing battle with Kings. That will be the game of the round. Kings, the only ones to ever defeat Abyss on a map. So stay tuned very soon, but I'm going to throw it back to EJ for these messages.
Well, I'm just going to see if we've got 2 matches waiting to finish. I'll see if I can grab one of the captains in, Kit, and we'll see if we can have a quick chat with them. So if you and Skimmy want to do a bit of a wrap-up of the first 3 rounds, that'd be great.
Definitely. So we'll go into round 1. On stream, we saw the Instant Epidemic guys for their maiden and, our maiden debut into Paladins here at GameStar, taking on Avant-Garde. That went 4-3, so a very close game there. Other games in that round also include Abyss 4-0 over Amigo 5, Corvidae Paladins over Empire. They went down to Empire 1-4, and Kings defeated Psionic 4-0. Skimmy, results for round 2.
Round 2, well, Avant-Garde started things off a bit shaky. They're dropping 4-3, but they managed to pick things up in round number 2, going 4-0 against Psionic. Corvidae Paladins running it down to the wire themselves in a 4-3 nail-biter up against Amigo 5. We then jumped to the next game with Kings upsetting Instant Epidemic, actually 4-3. I should really say it's Instant Epidemic really causing an upset there. Kings going down to a bit of a close game there too, and we saw Abyss versus Empire Paladins on stream. It's a 4-1, but recommendations to Empire managing to pick up that one.
Definitely, you tip the top of your fedora to the Empire Paladins lads, just stylishly, for that performance that they pumped out there. But now we are into round 3, and we just saw the Psionic boys just ever so slightly getting up over Amigo 5 at Avant-Garde, winning 4-0 over Empire Paladins. We are still waiting on results for Instant Epidemic and Corvidae, as well as Abyss versus Kings. I think EJ is still trying to get in touch with Captain. No bites so far.
Haven't had any luck with that at this stage. So we'll go to a short break here, ladies and gentlemen, and we'll be back with round 4 action of the GameStar Hey Pal Paladin Summer 17 series right after this short break.